Hey everybody, another walk around for you. You can see McCormick-Deering right here. So it's on tracks. Let's take a look at what we got on the tag down here. You might not be able to see it. This is an industrial 20 or an I-20. So neat machine. There's kind of some remnants of some orange paint on there. We got some old McCormick-Deering power right there. Pardon the wind out here, it's kind of bad this morning, but Village of Excelsior. You can still just barely read on the hood. That is neat. The old louvered side panel still in place. And yes, this is a Trackson Crawler kit that was put on this machine. Now, I have a Trackson kit very similar to this for a Fordson, but you don't often see them on the McCormick-Deerings. Very, very basic. They're just a dry pin, and the pin goes right through both of the links. You can see we have some cleats bolted on for a little bit of traction, and we have the same coarse teeth on the front idler as we do on the rear sprocket. This rear sprocket has the teeth riveted in, so they're separate sections from the spokes and the hub. Well, you talk about some rough cast right there, huh? I don't think that's from corrosion. I think that was just a bubble in it. Did the job though. 3 rollers down below. I like the holes that are cast into them. This door should be, yep, you have, this is just like the Fordson kit. You've got these grease caps right here. They're each attached to a tube, and each one feeds a roller. This one will go straight down to this one. This one is angled ahead. Go to the front one. Neat setup. You can see, well, here's your adjuster for track tension right here. And it started out back there back in the day, and we're not 100% out. Look at the daylight next to that pin right there, and you can see there's some wear, but these were some high wear setups anyway. And this was a kit that just replaced the wheels, so this whole front bracket here replaced the I-beam front axle that used to pivot right here. And I believe at one time there were some rubber bumpers here and over here, so as that oscillated, it wouldn't contact metal on metal to that lower radiator tank, but they're gone, which I guess I'll give it a free pass. Things like getting on 100 years old now. Same setup over on this side. And I know, like my Fordson setup had kind of a mechanism that tied in with the steering, and I don't see that on this I-20. The steering shaft and wheel have been removed, but these were all set up on a differential steer basis. So this one just has, yeah, I'm betting they once had that mechanism in place, because you can see this pipe right here is welded to this bracket. This bracket has a through hole on the top. Same for the other side. I'm guessing this at one time had the steering mechanism that tied in with the wheel like my Fordson setup, but they've just since turned it into levers. So yeah, it's a differential steer, and each one of these levers actuates a brake band that goes around the center hub of these drive sprockets. You can see the band sticking through a little bit right there. And as you would brake one side, the differential would actually speed up a bit, but then turn the other side. Very simple steering setup. And of course we have this, I believe would be the factory brake lever for the differential inside the tractor itself. But neat setup on this. And of course this is another piece here that was in the kit. It joins the track frames at the rear, and then this was a drawbar piece, probably also in the kit, because this is very, very different from the drawbar that would have been on here from the factory. But neat old setup, especially like all that old lettering that you can just barely still see. It was likely a municipality owned machine at one point, but I thought it worthy of a walk around. Thanks for watching, everybody.